All right, what's up, everybody? Your host with the most is back. Today, we got lecture on chapter 8, leverage. Something super, super awesome that you absolutely need to know about and take advantage of when it comes to creating financial freedom quickly. So, as always, let's hop right into it. What is leverage? So, very simply, leverage is borrowing money to make money. Borrowing money to make money, okay? So when you're using leverage, you're using other people's money to invest and in turn create money for yourself after having paid them back. So when you think of leverage, some of you may have, heard this term outside of finance, because inside finance, leverage is borrowing money to make money, but outside of finance, leverage is, usually, at least myself, I relate it to lifting up like heavy things, things you can't pick up on your own. You use leverage and angles and such to pick up things that you normally couldn't pick up on your own. So leverage in finance is using borrowed money to make money. So picking up money to pick up more money that you normally couldn't pick up on your own. So kind of similar, definitely different. But leverage is using other people's money to make money. So what are the benefits of leverage? So the benefits, guys, one very large benefit here. More profit. Profit is money that you make, money that's left over and goes to you. So more profit, okay? By using other people's money, you can make larger investments and get larger returns on those investments and make more money than you could if you had invested on your own with just your own money. So that's the benefit. But there's also some negatives, guys, when it comes to leverage, okay? Just some things that you have to watch out for, because the benefit is more profit, but potentially a negative aspect of leverage is there are potentially larger losses. So why is that? Well, you're borrowing other people's money, right? So if your investment goes south and you borrowed money and used leverage, you not only lost your money, but now you lost somebody else's money too. And you're liable, you need to pay that back, okay? So, using leverage, you can make more money, but if it's not a sound investment, if you didn't really run the numbers, if you're not confident in that investment, leverage is not smart to use, because if it goes south, you have to pay back somebody else and eat the loss of all your own money. So there's positives and negatives when it comes to leverage, and we want to use it, but we want to be careful. We want to make good, sound decisions, okay? So we should be absolutely confident in an investment when we go to use leverage. All right, so we're going to talk about a couple different ways to use leverage. The number one, and I'm sure you already know what I'm going to say, because it's literally the best investment class or investment tool that you could use to build wealth. So where can we use leverage? Option one, the best one, real estate, baby. Real estate has leverage. Why? Okay, real estate has leverage very simply because here's a piece of pie. I can pay for this much, and the bank will loan me the rest. So I can pay for 20% and then use 80% of the bank's money or other people's money. And now I get the benefit of the entire thing. Benefit of 100% ownership without actually putting all my money down. So if it's a $100,000 house, I put 20 grand down. I loaned 80,000, and I get all the benefits from the real estate. I get the appreciation, the depreciation. I get 100% of the profits on the rents. You name it, I get everything. That is leverage. I'm using the bank's money, other people's money, to acquire a piece of property and gain cash flow from it, gain appreciation over time, the depreciation, all that stuff. So real estate is one of the best ways, and really the best way, I will say, to use leverage, okay? And you can confidently use leverage in real estate because banks aren't going to loan on a piece of crap asset, okay? if you're going to get that loan, it's going to make sense. So most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, you can be pretty confident that that investment's going to work out, at least when you're using conventional financing. But usually, even hard money lenders and stuff, they have these, checkpoints, okay, these bullet points that you have to hit on a property, that a property has to hit to qualify for that loan. Leverage is safest when it's used in real estate. It's the number one way to use leverage, in my opinion. It's the best way. Real estate is literally the best investment tool for the average person to actually create wealth. So yes, real estate has leverage. You can buy a piece of the pie and you get the benefits for the whole thing. That is leverage. Using other people's money to make money, borrowing money to make money. So yes, real estate has leverage. All right, so now that we talked about option 1 to use leverage, we're going to talk about option 2, okay? I want you to pay attention here, but a lot of you just right now, this isn't really going to apply to you, but you have the stock market. Okay? Oops, I spelled that all wrong. Whatever. Stock market. So we can use the stock market, we can use leverage. Leverage inside the stock market is called margin, okay? Margin is the borrowed amount of money that you're using to trade with or to buy stocks in the stock market. So leverage and margin in the stock market, basically the same thing. So it is dangerous though, okay? Because leverage increases your potential wins and your potential gains and profits, but also your potential losses, potential amount of money you can lose. But I just want to let you know that leverage is available in the stock market. You can, buy things that are leveraged that move much stronger than the market, or you can borrow money in the market on margin and trade with more money than you actually have. But if you lose, you have to pay that back. So this is super, super dangerous, okay? So there's a great quote by a very famous investor. I don't know if you've heard this name, but if you have, it'll ring a bell. Warren Buffett, okay? Warren Buffett has a great quote. I'm not going to quote it exactly, but very simply, it goes like this. And this applies to the stock market, not to real estate. Use leverage on real estate, but for the stock market. So that quote by Warren Buffett basically goes, if you don't know what you're doing, you should not use leverage. And if you know what you're doing, you don't need to use leverage, okay? So just a fun quote, someone to throw in there that really just directly relates to the stock market. Definitely use leverage when it comes to real estate, 100%, absolutely, all the time. Huge benefit of it. But for those of you that are interested in trading, interested in the stock market, you want to get into that, I have a community that I'm putting together for that, and I'm going to bring some awesome value to you guys. But there's one thing I can tell you right now, please, when it comes to the stock market, stay away from leverage. You will lose your ass if you don't know what you're doing, and that can be scary. So something to remember, we talked about how leverage amplifies and increases your potential wins and your potential losses, but remember, leverage is using other people's money to make money. Leverage is borrowing other people's money to make money. So you know where I'm going with this? There's a cost to it, okay? Whether it's in the stock market or whether it's real estate, when you're using a mortgage loan, there's interest to be paid, okay? Because leverage is, like we said, you're using other people's money to make money. Okay, so there's a cost of that, okay? You're borrowing money. So remember we talked about interest in one of our previous lectures about interest. It's the cost of borrowing money. So you have to pay a percentage of the money that you borrow in the stock market back over time. And with leverage in real estate, we'll just do RE for real estate, there's your mortgage interest. Remember we talked about how you can use mortgage interest as a tax deductible expense. Okay, we can use our mortgage interest to lower our taxes that we need to pay, that we must pay. So there is a cost of borrowing money. You guys already knew that, but the same applies to leverage because you are borrowing money. Whether you're borrowing money to buy a car or you're borrowing money to buy a house and make money, piece of real estate, make money, you're still using leverage or you're still borrowing money, okay? So there's a price to be paid with that. Because remember, time value money, $1 today is worth more than $1 tomorrow. Meaning, anytime you borrow money, whether you're using it on good debt, bad debt, you're leveraging to make money, there's gonna be a cost that comes with that. So you need to understand that and you need to incorporate that cost into the numbers you're running on that investment before you make it. Leverage is a super, super powerful tool, and I want to give you guys an example of that, all right? So we're going to do an example for a piece of real estate, all right? Here's our piece of real estate, RE, little house here, whatever, that's our house, okay? So I want to buy a piece of real estate. I could pay 200, let's make it really easy for me. I could pay 100 grand and I could rent this property out. I could pay 100 grand, I could rent it out short term and make, say, we'll make it super easy. I can make $20,000 profit, okay? Profit a year. So I can put 100 grand in and make 20K profit a year. Well, if I want to know what my cash on cash return is from buying this without leverage, using all of my own cash here, I would just take 20,000, because that's how much I'm making each year off the property, and I would divide it by 100K. Well, very easily, it would be 20%. So if I buy a piece of property with all my money that costs 100,000, and I can rent it out and profit 20,000 a year or season off of it from vacation rentals or whatever, I can get a 20% Cocker, cash on cash return. I can get a 20% cash on cash return. Well, here is where leverage gets super powerful. What if I bought the same $100,000 house, right? It's 100K, but I only put $20,000 down. Okay, I put 20% down and I loan out the other 80K. I'm gonna have to pay that over time, and there's gonna be payments and stuff on that, right? So I don't want to get too deep into it. I'm just trying to make this very simple. Exclude the payments, exclude the interest. You can see I only put 20K down and I loaned out 80. Well, if I'm only $20,000 in and I can still make off that property $20,000 a year in returns from rentals, you can see my 20,000 invested divided by, or you can see my $20,000 profit right here. Got this fly right here. I can see my $20,000 profit and my initial investment right here. So 20 divided by 20, I can see I actually get, from using leverage, 100% cash on cash return, right? But now here's the benefit, is I initially was gonna invest, this is a huge thing, I was initially gonna invest that 100K into that one property anyway, right? Well, now that I used leverage and put 20K into that property and loaned the other 80,000, I have 80 grand still in my pocket I can use. So I can do this 5 times. So I can leverage my money to get 5 homes that are gonna profit $100,000 a year, all off of only having 100K. So you're telling me that I could take 100 grand, buy 5 homes, turn them into short-term rental properties, and make $100,000 a year. Do I own those homes outright? No, but it doesn't matter, because I have access to all the benefits from them. So why would I want to own it outright? Let the bank own it. Leverage is super, super powerful, guys. Debt is a good thing, okay? This is an example of debt. Leverage is debt, okay? And debt creates money. Perfect example. So what I want you to take from this is use leverage in real estate. Why would I put $100,000 down to make $20,000 a year off one house when I could put $20,000 down on 5 homes and profit 100 grand a year in short-term rentals? This is why leverage is super powerful if you know how to use it, okay? That's the key. Know how to use it and be comfortable using it, but do it on smart, safe, and sound investments, and don't use leverage in the stock market. No, because I don't do that, and I do very well in the stock market. If you know what you're doing, you don't need it. All right, everybody, so to wrap everything up today, we're just gonna keep it real simple. What is our MOS, okay? Our moral of story is leverage is a super powerful financial tool, guys. We wanna use it. Now, leverage does increase your potential risks and your potential profit. Understand that. So use it wisely, okay? And 4, real estate is the safest way to use leverage. Don't be scared of leverage. Don't be scared of debt. just use them the right way and you can create financial freedom a lot faster than you ever thought possible. I'll see you guys next time.